So, John asked real quick. I'll answer this, and then we'll do our last chart on Andy, and then we'll wrap this up. He said, in the private community, do you have any tools for learning TA and how to use things like the Fibonacci? And if not, how do you recommend learning these tools? So yeah, for sure. So if you join the Taylor's Code inside of the classroom section, there's a bunch of materials in there on obviously all the fundamentals that you need to know about cryptocurrency. The thing with crypto is you literally don't know what you don't know. Okay, so if you haven't been on chain before, if you haven't traded these assets off of normal centralized exchanges, understand how liquidity pools work, lending systems work, trading strategies, etc. Those are absolutely things that you need to educate yourself on quickly, because the more that you know, the more that you understand how this environment operates, the more money that you're going to be able to make, because knowledge is power. The more that you know, the more money you're going to be able to make. So yeah, there are things like that inside the Taylor's Code. And then inside the classroom as well, once you join the school community, there's a section in there, a folder called the Private Crypto Plays. When you join that, we're going to add you to our private group on WhatsApp. So you send us your WhatsApp. We'll add you to our group chat where we're giving live updates on all of our positions, when we're buying, when we're selling. I'm going to send in personal charts that I only send in that group chat that show exactly what the levels are, where we're going to be selling, taking profits, when we're going to be buying, etc. And I'll teach you and I'll show you how to do those sorts of things. So like fibs, I'll teach you how to do that. It's very simple, but you just got to understand how it works. So yeah, correct. Yes. Long story short, yes, there are ways for you to learn that stuff inside. And once you join the private crypto plays, you'll have our phone numbers. So I call these guys and I just help them do things over the phone. I'll literally call you and I'll show you how to do everything. Okay. Let's see. Buy crypto with fiat anymore in like 10 to 15 years. Also, you think we can't buy crypto with fiat anymore in like 10 to 15 years? It just depends what you consider fiat to be. So there's always going to be a form of government centralized currency, and whatever that currency becomes is what you would just use to buy the crypto, because all Bitcoin divided by USD is it's literally just a pair trade. So people look at things like Ethereum over Bitcoin, which is a pair trade, Ethereum divided by Bitcoin, to get some kind of alpha on how the markets are going to behave. It's just a pair trade. So it's Ethereum denominated by Bitcoin. Bitcoin denominated by the US dollar is still a pair trade. It's just the value of each other compared to each other. So whether it's a US dollar or a different centralized currency, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be a way to buy crypto, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I mean, one thing I wanted to mention quick, I think it's kind of a conspiracy theory, I guess, still at this point, but a lot of people have hypothesized that the government was going to go full digital currency regardless. It's just the big difference with crypto is that it is decentralized, because obviously the government, they want to establish as much control as possible over pretty much every aspect of people's lives if they can. And if you guys look at, like, there's a lot of places around the United States who have completely stopped accepting cash or paper currency. You have to pay with some kind of digital payment. And so a lot of people have hypothesized that like the government would issue some kind of centralized digital only currency so that they can regulate things like you have an emissions allowance where every single month, you can only buy a certain amount of gas, and then your digital asset is tapped out and you can't spend any more money on gas for the month. Or you have a food allowance where, based on the amount of dependents that you have in your home, you're allocated a certain amount of money to spend on food, which obviously, with the way things are right now, that sounds insane. But there's been a lot of people who have hypothesized the US is going to move in that direction. I do think that it's going to be digital. And I think that crypto is great because it's decentralized and it's giving us an opportunity to, yes, still have free will and be able to move our money where we want it, when we want it, any time of the day, any week of the month, doesn't matter.
Correct.
Um, so I think that's just important to know that a lot of people already think it's going digital, but I would definitely prefer decentralized, and I think everybody would.
Exactly. That's the whole point. Decentralization. Centralized is always going to be government controlled, people controlled. Decentralized is not people controlled. So therefore, obviously you can hopefully operate a more free environment. And just John, so the link for the school community should be in the description below. So that's how you can pop in. Let me double check and make sure it's in there. Yeah, it's right there. University for the Ultimate Professional. We'll see you inside. Outside of that, gentlemen, any last questions quickly? Because me and Logan got a meeting here in a few minutes that we're going to go ahead and prepare for. While I'm waiting for more questions that you guys have, like, comment, subscribe on the stream. Liking the stream is imperative for it to continue to get out into the algorithm, and so we can continue to grow this community. We've been absolutely blowing up the last couple of weeks. just because the content that we're putting out is, I may be biased, but fantastic. And and we've actually been producing results and making money, right? The 4 Boys Club memes that we talk about publicly right now, if you want to get the private plays, obviously you got to be inside, but the ones that we talk about publicly have been already 10, 15x from the lows, right? These plays are making money. There's going to be a lot more gains to be made coming in Q1 and Q2. This is why people are coming, because they're seeing the success and they're seeing us win. The more that we can grow and the larger that we can grow, the more all of you are going to benefit, because it's more eyes on the market, more people invested into our assets, therefore pumping all of our bags. And life is a team sport, okay? Any team sport that you've played, if you have a man advantage, more than likely you're going to win that game, okay? So, for example, in soccer, guy gets a red card, he gets taken off of the field. Now it's 11 versus 10. Okay, the team with 11 is probably going to be able to do more than the team with 10. They're probably going to win the game. It's the same thing with the network, with the community. Everybody understands in a competitive team environment, the bigger team always wins. So why not live your life that way? Why are we not trying to grow your network and your community that way? Because as we compete together, the more money we're all going to make, because we're going to be competing against the other market participants. For us to make money, gentlemen, everybody else has to lose money. We have to take the money from somebody. Okay? So like, comment, subscribe. Let's get this out to everybody. Yeah, you guys are welcome. Thanks for doing this, boys. Really appreciate the knowledge you guys for sure. Yeah, next Monday we'll be here. We'll keep it rocking.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, the last thing I'll mention is we foreshadowed it a little bit, but jumping into the market and getting a good entry, it's fairly easy to do during a bull run. You can kind of just ape into anything right now and it's going to perform well. It's similar to the .com bubble. You could have bought anything and it would have performed well. And then after the euphoria wears off, the winners are going to stick around. The losers are going to go to zero. Just kind of what it is. But so getting into the market at a point like this is easy, but actually exiting at the top and maximizing your results and your gains, that's the difficult part. So the investment into the Taylor's code and into the crypto plays, I mean, it's worth it just for that alone. To number one, make sure you have everything in your portfolio that you're going to need to be able to exit at the top. And number two, just to be given the information when the time comes. Because, yeah, we do these streams twice a week. But as you guys have seen, markets can fluctuate, 50, 60, 70% sometimes to the upside or the downside in the matter of just a couple of days. So it's like whenever we're at that point of the bull market, by the time you see the next stream that's live, we could have already been exited. You wouldn't even know about it. And then you end up missing out on 50 or 60% of your profit. So, yeah, I mean, I think the investment is worth it for that alone. Yeah, that's all I got.
Beautiful. All right, gentlemen, the Ascend Classic, he asked, do you accept crypto for the school? So the school doesn't take crypto. Would we take crypto? I mean, yeah, I don't see why not. You would just have to in some way get in contact with me. So my Instagram should be in the description of the video. Let me double check. Follow us on social media. Yeah, so Ascend, if you look in the description of the video, my Instagram is linked there. DM me on Instagram, and if you're serious about joining and you want to send crypto payment, then I'll get you a wallet address. Just send the crypto there, and then I'll admit you into the community. Okay? Outside of that, gentlemen, good shit today. Let's go ahead and get this cracking, get your positions in for this weekend. Buy the dips, buy the red, and then Monday, we'll see you for an update. All right?